Hi, it's Chris, back with some more cider to try. Still not in my shed, but it's warming up outside. I think I'm going to be down my shed before too long. I'm going to have lots of things to try down there as well. Got a big pallet arriving tomorrow. Got a box of samples today as well. Lots of things to try. So let's try one of those samples, shall we? Let's get right on with it. It's what I've never heard of before. I can find literally zero information online about it. Nothing, no website, nothing. But it's quite a nice looking thing. It's got the cork, it's got a traditional sort of bottle. Slight weights and measures issue there, I would suggest. Not quite as full as it should probably be. What does it say? 750ml? There or thereabouts, I suspect. What's the ABV? 5.5%. So Rock Hill Cider, 2018, Beara. Don't know what the Beara means because, like I said, I can't find out anything about it. What else does it say on here? Pressed the 30th of October 2018. Bottled the 21st of May 2019. That's pretty cool. 2 years in bottle, pretty much. Apple varieties, Tremlets Bitter, Sweet Alford, and Golden Knob. Great name for an apple. Great name for an apple. They're in North Devon, Northwark, Cholmondeley. Cholmondeley they're in. So North Devon, I believe it said it was. Small batch, naturally fermented, bottle conditioned, semi-sparkling cider from North Devon. What's not to love so far? What's not to love except the sort of the quite small serving. But we'll live. We'll live. So let's open it. It's a very big pallet arriving tomorrow with lots of new stuff on. And also some apple juice. Got some apple juice for the first time ever from, getting it from Butford Organic. Martin at Butford Organic. Got a case of everything. So there's some lots of blends. There's a Tom Pot single varietal in there, which is I think is a bitter sharp. So yeah, it's going to be interesting trying something like that, which hasn't been fermented, just a pure juice. I might do some apple juice tastings. Why not? I might actually tag some apple juice onto a cider tasting. Do it that way. So let's see if I can get this cork out. Yeah, it's just about coming. Yeah, it's coming out. So it's fizzy. It is fizzy, as you can see. Gas the skip in there. Let's pour it out. Let's not do it with my right arm. Let's do it with my left arm. My right arm is still knackered. Let's just get the dregs of that was water. Get the dregs of the water out. Pour it out and have a look at it. So, some apples we know, some apples we don't know. So I don't know if, I'll have to look these up actually. Tremlets Bitter, that's definitely a cider apple. Golden Knob, no idea. Sweet Alford, no idea. I mean, Sweet Alford's going to be sweet, whether it's a sweet or a bitter sweet, don't know. So yeah, I don't know if they're dessert apples mixed with a cider apple or if they're all cider varietals. Just seeing that it says edition 100 bottles. So there was 100 bottles of this made. Should have probably been about 75, but you know. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about that too much. I don't really care. I'm looking forward to trying it. So super hazy, obviously unfiltered. But it said wild yeast on there, naturally fermented, yeah, bottle conditioned. So there you go. Look at that. Cloudy, gold. Let's have a sniff. Hint of funk. It's quite a delicate nose, reasonably delicate. It doesn't smell like a commercial cider in any way, shape or form, which of course it wouldn't or shouldn't based on what we've just seen and read. Hint of funk, some nice rich apple, almost like suggests to me that there are some, these aren't all cider apples based on the nose. I want to say that it's not as dark as it could be, so it makes me think there's lower tannins. Because it's the tannins that produce the darkness, that react with oxygen and go brown and give you the colour. So possibly not all, certainly not bitter, like tannic apples, let's say. There might be cider apples, but sweet and sharps, whatever. A hint of funk, apple, but but with a bit of acidity in the background. So that kind of earthy, autumnal, aged, baked apple character you can get. It's got a slightly fresher note to it. It makes me think culinary apples. So let's try it. Okay. So there is tannin, but then the Tremlets Bitter is quite tannic. So that would bring that sort of tannic astringency, soft tannin. I feel like there's a hint of hard tannin on the back as well, a little bit of leatheriness going on. So again, I'm going to assume that's the Tremlets Bitter that's bringing that. And then there is that, yeah, it makes me feel like then you've got like a culinary dessert style apple, a bit more almost like a malic character to it. Whether it's malic acid or not, I'm not sure, but it makes me think of like a malic dessert apple character. That's what it makes me think of when I'm drinking it. Quite a fine bubble. This is what you'd expect. It's been 2 years in bottle, almost, or a year and a half in bottle. It's bottle conditioned to expect that fine bubble. Yeah. So this reminds me, I mean, it kind of does and it kind of doesn't, of the Fox Dog Cat we had from Pilton very recently, which was a blend of John O'Gold and some Keeved cider. Now this doesn't have any of that Keeved cider character to it, but it does suggest to me that it's dessert apples, culinary apples, blended with a cider apple Tremlets bitter. Tremlets bitter is quite a bitter sort of apple. It's quite big. So I feel like without that, this wouldn't do it for me. This wouldn't do for me. It feels more like an American / East Coast style thing, which is not my thing. Totally valid, but just not suited to my palate particularly. And I feel like you've got that Tremlets bitter over the top, which is just bringing this, for me, it's cohering it more than if it was just dessert culinary apples. I mean, I might look it up, I might make a complete fool of myself, and there might be all cider varietals. I'm going to guess not, though, based on the colour and what I'm tasting. So yeah, it's got some of that bitterness. If you like sort of East Coast cider, East Coast cider, American ciders, you're probably going to like this. But I think it's got that other element to it, that kind of West Country element to it, with that bitter sort of that Tremlets bitter coming in, just giving it an extra element, without which it wouldn't do it for me. It wouldn't. But like this, yeah, and it's quite big, it's quite bold, it's quite rich. You could sip it on a summer's day, but it almost feels like something you could have on like a, you know, when the weather's a bit colder as well, because of that slightly darker edge that the cider apple brings to it. Cool. All right, Rock Hill Cider. Couldn't find out much about it, but I'm glad I tried it. There's the label, in case you're interested in looking for it. 5.5%. Yeah, cool. Nice. Right, so that was that. And I'm going to be back very soon. Probably going to do another one of my samples first, before I get into the palate. Something to be said, so on Saturday, today's Tuesday, I never put the films up on the same day because I simply can't. On Saturday, this coming Saturday, which will be the 27th of February, I believe, we are going to have a tasting, an online Instagram tasting. It's going to be live. I'm going to be live with Albert from Ross and Y. He's going to be opening up his new release, Kingston Black. I have some of that on my palate. So I'm going to have a bottle here. He's obviously going to have a bottle there. Hopefully there's going to be lots of people tuning in who've managed to get hold of bottles. It goes on release on Thursday. And I'm going to be selling it at Broccoli Market on Saturday as well. So if you want to try and get hold of some of that before Saturday and join us, fantastic. I'm going to mention it before then as well, after this video, and probably online and so forth, try and push it a bit. But yeah, if you're in the Broccoli area, you want to open up a bottle of cider with the cider maker and me, sort of tagging along, do. Alright guys, as always, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again soon, but until then, cheers.